Hey guys, what's going on? This is Josh from Spotted Euros, and we're at the auction. The hunt continues for a car. So if you missed the last episode on searching for a car, check that video out. So unfortunately for all of those who saw that video and were rooting for a particular car, mostly the R32, which I will admit was a cool car, unfortunately we didn't get any of them. So they all sold for too much. We're back at the auction and we're trying to find a new car. We're gonna go through a couple of cars, and I would say the last one is the most interesting to me, and it's probably gonna be the one in the thumbnail. So if you're here because of the thumbnail, stay tuned till the end. So we're gonna start off with option number one. So this is a 2002. Honestly, not even really that interested. Oh my gosh. Got enough trash in it. Look at all this. Oh, gross. Oh, look at all this. Ew, and the hair. I shouldn't even. I don't even want to be in here. Looks like there's some bottle cap collection. Let's see if it starts. Okay, so I do really like these Mark IV wagons. So I'm always kind of on the lookout for these wagons. Now, obviously this one has seen better days. Let's take it through the gears. Oh, that didn't feel that great. But man, this thing's beat up. I wonder how good if we could clean this up a little bit. That's a bit of an issue. Anyway, I'm not too serious about this, but I saw it here. Oh, gross, 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 gross. Plenty of stuff left behind. Okay, and here is another option. It's an all-road. Audi all-road 2.7 liter turbo. These go up as one of the most unreliable cars from Audi, but this one actually seems like it's in pretty good shape inside and out. I mean, this thing is real nice. Michelin tires. Needs to be cleaned, but there isn't any real body damage. Oh yeah, that's comfortable. Okay, here's the moment of truth. How many lights on the dash? None. Okay, look at this. This is nice, actually. This is really nice inside. Headliner's a little sagging in the back. Man, I mean, this one of the early Doug DeMuro videos, he took his Defender and ran over two of these because they are just known for not being reliable. But I mean, this is shifting good. Man, actually, out of everything we've seen so far, this is actually kind of tempting. I mean, this seat is so comfortable. Oh. I was just supposed to glance at this one. I mean, it sure looks good. The fender flares. It's just they're not known. The paint's smooth. This has been taken care of. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, so it's a V6 twin turbo. the same one they put in the S4 at the time. Here's the battery. I mean, it's in good shape. It only has 97,000 miles. I mean, this looks like a pretty nice dad wagon. Look at this. I'm fond of the wagons. Heated seats in the back. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. The all-road is getting to me. Air suspension seems to work. Okay, let's give it the beans. Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's the twin turbo aspect, but that was very linear. I was waiting for the turbos to kick in, and they didn't. Okay. All road. All road. I'm sure it just comes down to if you're an Audi fan. If you're an Audi fan, you'll say yes. If you're not, you'll say no way, don't touch that. So anyway, it's kind of tempting. Okay, and here is another option. This one is pretty funny. This is a 2001. I didn't even know they made them that old. 2001 smart car. Look at this thing. This thing is tiny. And it's a convertible, I guess. I don't know. This thing would be kind of a blast. But just look how small it is, man. 2001. This must have been one of the early ones. Look at those tires. Can this even get up to speed? 3-lug. Look at those wheels. 3-lug. And it looks like the back has different wheels than the front. They seem more concave. Look at the inside though. Oh, this is kind of a joke more than anything, but actually this thing, actually this thing is kind of cool. Now the question is, where's the key? Oh, what the heck? Look at this down here. Ooh, yeah. Brake. So we have a plus, minus, reverse, neutral. So maybe it has to be in a... Oh, there we go. Ho ho ho! Okay, let's see. Second. It's telling me to shift. I think you're supposed to shift to yourself. I don't know. Now it's telling me to shift down. But maybe is there an automatic mode? No, that's neutral. What is this? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is it's supposed to be an automatic now. I mean, look at this. This is nuts. It actually feels a lot bigger inside. I mean, I don't feel like I'm driving a tiny car, even though this is tiny. It's like it's having a hard time keeping it smooth. Anyway, guys, here's I guess an option. This is once again is kind of a stretch, but smart car. It's European. Okay, guys, and here is the last option. Check it out. So this is a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta Tdi with 161,000 miles. But the reason it's sitting over here in the gravel is because they can't start it. So let's take a look and go around the car, see how it looks like on the outside, and then we'll kind of figure stuff out. One thing that's actually kind of hard to notice is this dent right here. So it looks like something hit it right at the worst spot. It's actually, you kind of can't see it, but at the same time you can. So that's kind of bad, and it's the quarter panel. It's not easy to get that undone. It's obviously missing the gas cap, and it has some dings and scratches along the side. Here's another one. Look at this. It's all smashed up. So I don't know if that's what broke this bumper, but the bumper has definitely seen some better days. So here's what's kind of interesting. Is this is being sold by a bank, so basically it seems to be a repo, and sometimes on the repos they're not able to get the keys, and when that's the case, then it's kind of hard to start the car. Now most of the time the companies will actually spend the time to get keys made, just because if they can't start and run the car, then it'll be pretty hard to sell. So it does have a key, which is weird, and it's new, brand new key from Volkswagen. So I guess that's why. And you can see this, the column's all ripped off because they were probably messing with it. But a common issue with these Jettas, it's happened quite a bit, is the lock mechanism fails, and then some people actually get the key stuck, or in this case you can't turn the car on. Now it's also, yeah, see, you can turn the wheel. Now you're not supposed to be able to do that. Usually it locks the wheel and then it will lock the key, so sometimes you just have to turn the wheel a little bit and it will allow you to start the car. So it looks like, man, it looks like that's what's going on. So the mechanism that locks the steering wheel has failed, and so it's locking the key. Okay, I give up. I tried for a while just to try and get the key to turn, but it won't do it. So the rest of the car is pretty dirty. I mean, look at all this. It's all dirty. The driver's seat is pretty messed up. So other than the key not actually working, this car's in pretty rough shape. So once again, it's a recipe for getting a pretty cheap car. This not running and driving is $500 car all day long. I wouldn't even be worried about that. If it got to 1,000 to the right person, that would be, you know, like, okay, no big deal. But you know, if I fix the key and start this thing up and the engine's bad or the transmission's bad, then that $1,000 gamble just turned into $3,000, and you could have just gone out and bought bought one that was already running and driving kind of thing. So anyway, this is it. This is the last one. So let me know what you guys think, if I should buy this or not, if I should take the risk. Or I think a better question is, how much would you spend? What would be your limit at where you'd say no, not worth it? 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, 1,500 bucks? Let me know. Put it in the comments below. Basically what we have is that Jetta wagon that looks like it hadn't been cleaned out for the last 3 years. That actually drove pretty nice. It shifted just fine. It didn't seem to be leaking oil. The power steering was super hard, so maybe the steering rack's going out or something like that. Option number 2 is the all-road. So that car I've seen at the auction a couple of weeks, and I wasn't, I've noticed it, and it's ran a couple of weeks and it hasn't sold. I haven't watched it, so I don't know if the seller has a crazy high reserve or it's just nobody wants it. Honestly, driving it, looking at it, that thing is clean. It is super clean. Probably the cleanest all-road that I've driven. It's also the only all-road I've driven, but I wasn't even that interested in it. But after driving it, I mean, the front seat's so comfortable, air suspension so nice. People are afraid of those things, and I tend to not care that everyone else is afraid, and sometimes it's worked out and sometimes it hasn't. So that's option number 2. Option number 3, smart car. Option number 3 is no longer an option. I'm not interested in the smart car, but I do wonder how much that will go for. Once again, if it's a couple $100 bucks, it's pretty hard to say no to. And then the last option would be the TDI. Now the TDI is a roll of the dice. It could be something really good. Once again, that thing needs to be clean. The seats need to get pulled out, and we could clean the whole thing, wipe it all, the entire thing down, and we could have a really cheap, really economical car that could be super simple and really reliable, but doesn't work. Is the transmission messed up? Is the engine messed up? Anyway, I keep talking.